Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Eureka Center for Spiritual Living. Please silence your phones and other beeping and blooping devices that might go off over the next hour or so. I'm Scott. I'll be your host for the next couple of minutes or so. And we always like to start our service out by an acknowledgement of, oh, where am I? An acknowledgement of the lands in which we are located. Somebody had taken the binder. It was missing. I was traumatized. I had to find the binder. So I'm still getting myself regrouped. It ended up getting in the AA stuff, and I brought it back out here and found out it was the wrong binder, and I could have done an AA meeting, although... So I'm just getting my act together, which, as you know, it does not happen well. So let's honor the lands in which we are located. The Eureka Center for Spiritual Living acknowledges the land on which we gather is the ancestral territory of the Wiyot peoples. This territory extends to the communities through most of Humboldt County, and we honor the Wiyot peoples today. All right, and we're going to call Donna up, and I've said this to Donna repeatedly, but this is like my favorite song to start the service with. I love this song. So Donna,
I love that you love it. Please stand and join me. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. You're not alone. You're not alone. Don't you give up. Don't you give up. Keep moving on. So you gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Lift up your eyes. Don't you despair. Look up ahead. The path is there. So you gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. I know you're scared. Maybe I'm scared too. But here I am. Right next to you. So you gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. You're not alone. You're not alone. Don't you give up. Don't you give up. Keep moving on. So you gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Put one foot in front of the other and lead with love.
Wow, that's fun. Okay, let's start out by first of all welcome Zoomers, welcome anybody who's visiting us or new to the first time, and of course welcome to all us old folks who have been here forever. Nice to have us all here. We are going to read the top half together, and then because today is a holiday, it's May 4th, on the second half I want you to find somebody else in the room don't necessarily right next to the person you are, and say, may the 4th be with you. Because it is a holiday, it's a cultural holiday, we must celebrate it. Together we all say, we are a welcoming community where the vibration of love lifts us, the wisdom of the ages inspires us, and the science of mind teaching empowers us. Get up, find somebody else, and say, may the 4th be with you.
Pictures were awesome. Oh, nothing is the best.
Hot tub twice a day, though.
Wow, I love it. That's my kind of travel.
All righty. Thank you, Marvin. This is a new month. We have a lot to announce, a lot going on in May, and as I'm prone to do, got 90 seconds of trivia for you, first week of the month, so here we go. 3 birthdays this month of note that I found. Audrey Hepburn was born May 4th, 1929. George Clooney was born May 6th, 1961, and the piano man himself was born, sorry for that, Jackson, the other piano man, Billy Joel, was born on May 9th, 1949. Some events that took place in May 1st, 1960, the U.S. U-2 spy plane was shot down over the Soviet Union, which for those of us who remember was a big event. May 10th, 1994, Nelson Mandela was inaugurated as South Africa's first black president. May 8th, 1945 was VE Day, Victory in Europe, after World War II. This one seems kind of ironic in light of a lot of what's going on. May 4th, 1796, Edward Jenner administered the first smallpox vaccine. Who would think it'd still be controversial? Charles Lindbergh took off on May 20th, 1927. Samuel Morse on May 24th, 1844, sent the first long-distance telegraph message.
May 4th, Kent State University.
Was what?
Kent State University.
Oh, really? That was that too. So Samuel Morse's first message was, "What hath God wrought?" via telegraph. It was immediately followed by another message reminding us that we did not pay our bridge tolls. And May 29th, 1953, Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay became the first people to reach the summit of Mount Everest. If you've ever seen photographs of now what it's like at Mount Everest, they need a stoplight to get up there. And then some quick holidays. Yesterday was World Laughter Day. Thank you. These two are ironic. May 8th is No Socks Day. And May 9th is Lost Sock Memorial Day. A moment of silence for all the socks that have vanished into the dryer void, that all come back as Tupperware lids that don't match anything in your pantry. May 11th, Eat What You Want Day. May 21st is Talk Like Yoda Day. Celebrate this day you must. Confuse your coworkers at will. May 10th, suspiciously close to Mother's Day, is Clean Up Your Room Day. And yesterday, the holiday we missed was World Naked Gardening Day. A reminder to watch what you trim. Okay. So there's a lot coming up this week, including a new book, which we'll talk about. But coming up in 2 weeks, not quite 2 weeks, is a special celebration, and Lorna will take about 30 seconds or so to tell you about it.
So 2 weeks from yesterday, right here, is my 80th birthday party. Now, my 80th birthday is on the 26th, and you missed a very important birthday. that is also on the 26th. John Wayne, how could you miss him? Anyway, you are all invited. Please come, it's a potluck, and there'll be dancing after, and y'all can even think up a roast if you want.
All right, thank you, Lorna. It's amazing that you are turning 80. Yeah, I would have.
Yeah, I say so.
I would never guess that. Okay, let's go into a little bit of detail. We have a new book that will be started this month. I have no idea what it's about, so I'll just show the slide and let you know it's called The Pleiadians. Okay, so we've got that out of the way. That'll start Tuesday. It'll be Tuesdays from 10 to 11:30. It will be on Zoom. Brave Vulnerable Conversations returns. That will be this Thursday. If you would like to talk about the state of the world, where you are, anything that you would just like to share and have a room full of supportive people. We have anywhere from 5 to 10 people who show up. No obligation to do anything except be there and be supportive. It's been off the last 2 weeks while Angelica has been on her cruise. She will be back by Thursday, and that will continue. Let's see here. It says that I think Angelica was in a hurry to get out of town, I think, because she had announced that next week the guest speaker will be Reverend Lynn Fritz. So you're here a week early. I'm awfully sorry. The men's group will continue. That'll be Saturday the 17th. There might be some change on that. Is that correct, Edward? Because that's also going to be Lorna's birthday, but we'll find out more about that. Okay, or we'll leave earlier. Let's see here. The newsletter for May is returning. Well, the newsletters are returning. They're coming out later this week. If you are not on our email list, you can do so outside. Angelica will get you on the newsletter list, not only the weekly newsletters, but the monthly newsletter that comes out. And speaking, boy, and Reverend Angelica is all over this. You'd think she has something to do with this place. She has a new class that will be starting, Infinite You as the Universe. This is an accredited class. So you can take it if you don't want to be a practitioner someday, but if you would like to be a practitioner someday, you have to take a certain number of prerequisite classes. This is one that will count toward that. It's $150, $45 for a certificate upon completion. Sign-up sheets, I presume, are over on the table by the lovely and talented James. Okay. And I think, okay, we got a couple more quick announcements. Twice Nice sale comes in June. We need volunteers. It is our biggest event of the year. Everybody chips in and helps out in whatever way they can. And if you would like to be a volunteer, again, we have a sign-up sheet.
What time is
It tends to be, let's see, do we have it up here? Usually on a Friday from like noon to 5, 9 to 2 on Friday? On Fridays, I thought it starts in the afternoon. We're starting, it's on Friday and Saturday. I think Saturday is 9 to 2 because it takes us like 3 or 4 hours to clear everything up. I think Friday it's the afternoon. Somewhat loosely related, Anna has a quick comment that she would like to make too.
As I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, Cher Ivins donated that beautiful Kuan Yin and many beautiful things like that for our Twice Nice sale. And she was moving, didn't think she'd have room for a lot of that. Now she's bought her new place in Fortuna and does have room for her crane, a woven Japanese fabric crane painting. And someone took it from downstairs, and I assume they want to make a donation for it. But if possible, we'd really like it back for Cher. And so if you were down there working or know anything about it, please let Angelica know so we can get it back to Cher. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you. A reminder that if you would like to meet with a practitioner for whatever reason after the service, we call them 5-minute miracles. And our practitioners today are myself, Edward, Susan had to take off. Oh, there's Michelle. How come you weren't in the roundup? You too good to be in the roundup?
When I got here, the door was closed.
Okay. That's why they have a door handle. But anyway, Michelle, Edward, and myself are all here if you would like to talk with somebody. The big annual, as I affectionately refer to as the mothership, the big annual mothership convention will be held at the Little Pantry this year. The big annual CSL conference called SOAR takes place in Banff, Canada. It'll be in August, as you can see. There's a link to sign up if you'd like to go. Several people from the center will be going. And now to the little pantry, which needs to be fed non-perishable, thank you. I was saying non-practical in my head, and I knew that wasn't the word. Non-perishable foods, please, if you can donate any, they are appreciated. It goes really quickly. We definitely help with our community. And we have a new theme. So our new theme is cultivating resilience. Reverend Angelica was very excited. She said this will be the best month of the year until next month, which will be even better. So we have a new theme. We are cultivating resilience, which we definitely needed. And in order to get that resilience going, we will invite, oh no, we have a song. And then Edward will come up. Okay.
Be still, in quiet and in peace. We know the joy and wonder of release in this sacred space. All troubles disappear in this secret place. There is no doubt or fear. Be still and know that faith has made us whole. Renewed are we in spirit and in soul. The light of truth within shines forth that we may see. Perfect peace is ours eternally.
Good morning, family. How are you? Okay, well, actually, normally if you're new, what we do is we read a little something, we meditate on it. Then Jackson, with his silver tongue, sings us into what we call a treatment or contemplative prayer. And then we sing into our guest speaker, who's Reverend Lynn today, who's one of my favorite people in the world. So, what I'm going to read today actually is something that came to me and I wrote. There's always a backstory behind anything I write. So real briefly, I'll tell you that. I was sleeping and it crossed my mind about the time that I was on the other side for a moment through cancer, through chemo. Had a series of heart attacks. One of them I had to be revived from. And on the other side, that I was there for a moment or two, I realized that I was in 3 places at once. And there was like me who was standing in this total darkness, which later it was explained to me that I was in between places, kind of in a holding area, I guess. I wasn't good enough to go all the way, but anyway, I found myself being the only thing glowing in this nothingness, this black, total silence, total darkness. But I was also aware that I was laying on the bed in the hospital and they were working on me. And I was also aware that I was somewhere above myself, almost like in an amphitheater or something, watching the whole thing. I was pretty much detached and watching it with interest. So I assume that's the uber soul, and or the greater us. This is only a sliver, I believe, of our energy. After that, it woke me up, and I found myself doing something I promised I would never do, and that's watching the news, which upset me. And so I switched over to a YouTube channel and was watching the tech the development, which it does, affect me and I'm interested in. So at that point, I woke up and I wrote this. Many times in my daydreams, I find myself pondering about things I'm learning from life and the nature of reality, or even if there truly is such a thing as reality at all. Life, or like so many others, I find myself concerned about the environment in which we are currently living. I wonder about the mentality that believes that by taking something strong, powerful, and great to begin with, and deconstructing it to make it weak, friendless, defenseless, and vulnerable for takeover and absorption by other entities that crave its power and place in the hierarchy of the world, is somehow making it great again. Especially when that deconstruction destroys the lives of so many. And what is the deconstruction for anyway? Protecting jobs for certain people, making our individual finances better somehow, securing future jobs by our current standards, and use of technology, or rising a classification of some humans above others. Well, those who believe and support those notions, hey, guess what? Artificial intelligence is evolving at an alarming rate as governments pour billions of dollars into its development, and the world is being changed even now by its presence. These thoughts led me to the observation that as our human selves, we are actually avatars in a large celestial video game. And like all players of games, we, as our larger and greater selves, our uber souls, are probably pulling the strings on their human avatars from our spiritual dimension. This type of thinking showed me that our human bodies are merely sacks of chemicals held together in form by the celestial life force energy that we call Spirit of God, and by the individualization of a portion of that energy that manifests as our souls. In fact, our larger spiritual selves may even be avatars in an even more complex video game. Mind-boggling. But if you think about it, like all video games, the characters with whom we are going to interact are probably selected prior to the creation of our avatars on Earth. Then our parent avatars take chemicals from the Earth and from their own DNA strands to fashion our forms. We then travel life's path having adventures, experiencing rises and pitfalls, and gaining knowledge and rewards along the way to use later on our journey. We strive to reach a higher level, which is the main objective, and win the game. But mostly, we hit some sort of pitfall, or our timer runs out and we die. Our knowledge and rewards are preserved, and we are reborn into another avatar and sent back to Earth to start all over from square one. And this time, with a new set of circumstances, we strive to get further in our journey. But we now have on board the gains and rewards that we stored from the last game. They are the knowledge and ability to use humanity, compassion, love, and the ability and willingness to truly listen, examine, and learn, both from ourselves and from others. And as in any game, we must combine those gifts with forward action. And that action may be simply use the power of words, affirmative prayer, and total conviction to remind others that in spirit, all of our positive gifts that we've discovered are shared by everyone. We can treat, but we must also move our feet, because we cannot reach the higher levels of the game unless everyone is along for the ride. what I know to be absolute truth is that we are magnificent and powerful manifestations of the one true and great life form that we call spirit or energy or God. And that as such, we are connected and bound to each other. Physically, spiritually, mentally, we are the same being. And as such compassion we must show to each other, to the homeless, to the disenfranchised, to those that we see every day starving in the streets. They are us. They are a part of who we are. They are our makeup. We owe to them the blessings of our love and our compassion. It doesn't hurt to put a hand out to those who need that hand. And it's the small things that are taken into account on the other side of this dimension. It's not how much money you make. It's not what job you do. It's not what political affiliation you're associated with. It's not even what religion you are. What's taken into account is, did I give a crust of bread to someone in need? Did I offer 50 cents for a cup of coffee, or I guess now $5 for a cup of coffee to someone who needs? We are each other's keeper. We are each other's salvation. And together, and only together, will we make it through this turmoil that we have right now into the promised utopia of Aquarius, to the promised utopia of a brighter future. Minds must change, patterns must change as the world now changes and shall forever be changing. We are the shelter for each other. And I'm grateful for this. I am so very, very grateful for each and every one here. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for the health that we share. Every moment is a precious moment that we can learn something new, that we can experience something new, that we can give something to this world. I'm grateful for this. I put into the laws of nature, the laws of God, the laws of the universe, that change is happening right here and right now in the hearts of everyone. And this world will be a better place for it. And so it is.
Blessed are we to be a sanctuary, life expressing sacred truth. With thanksgiving, I remain a living sanctuary for
With great love and great privilege, I get to welcome our guest speaker, Reverend Lynn.
Good morning. And to all of our friends out there that can't be in the space of this room, we are connected by means of consciousness, means of spirit. And I'm going to ask James to move those lights back down. I like that contemplative space, don't you? So that's my intention, is that we come together to contemplate the sacred and to practice together with the sacred, for the sacred. Because we do know we are what? We are one and we are sacred. So our contemplation this morning, the title of the talk is Wholeness, Holiness, and Our Energetic Field. Interesting. So as we begin, I invite you just for a moment to close your eyes. Together, we're going to take a long, slow, deep breath in. And that relaxing exhale, sacred breath. All of life is sacred. Ernest Holmes, the founder of the Science of Mind tradition, our teacher, contemplated all the different traditions in the world and created what we know today to be the Science of Mind textbook. He studied the life and healing power of the Christ one, Jesus. I want you to notice what he said. He said, spirit is an indivisible whole. Spirit is an indivisible whole. What does that mean? What's it mean when something's an indivisible whole? Any thoughts?
Can't be broken up.
Can't be broken up. It's not separated, it's together. The challenge we have in this lifetime, remember we're mind, body, spirit, right? And the hard part about this journey in this lifetime as sacred human, sometimes we encounter things that are extremely challenging, that I would suggest creates damage to the physical body and can actually fracture, and create disturbance of spirit and soul. That's why in many traditions, especially in Native American culture and many of the shamanic traditions, they do soul retrievals to bring that wholeness, reestablish it. So I want you to contemplate with me a Benedictine monk who was a Catholic priest, Lawrence Freeman, what he said. He said, wholeness is our capacity to experience health, notice what he says, as transcending all limitations, while accepting them, accepting the limitations, overcoming this virus of perfectionism, which keeps us locked into the imaginary world rather than the real world. It is paradoxically in accepting those limitations that we can transcend them. So I want us to think of our personal things that we're challenged with, especially in the physical form, and as well as the psychological, emotional, spiritual form, things that you find particularly challenging. Today, many of us find the condition of our world as extremely challenging. That creates a feeling of imbalance or discord or disturbance. So how do we work with that? How do I personally make sure that I'm in a state of wholeness, that anything that has caused trauma in my life is healed? I mean, that's what this whole tradition is about healing. And even though we all enjoy physical healing, the most important is that spiritual, emotional, psychological healing. Because we're in this temple for a short period of time as eternal beings. So I invite us and challenge us to think, is there any place in my life where I do not feel healed, where I do not feel okay, where I do not feel complete freedom, Usually it's related to something we've experienced in this lifetime as part of this journey, where we feel off. Don't want you to raise your hands, but most of us have something like that. So what I want us to consider is making a commitment to ourselves to make it our practice, using affirmative prayer, sometimes meditation, yoga, all the mindfulness practices, maybe even psychotherapy, but certainly worship. I find it interesting when Donna led us with that opening song, that exuberance, that joy, and then into be still. To be still, that's moving us into the inner courtyards. And then Jackson with to be a living sanctuary. The invitation is to go within, which incidentally is one of the songs that I play continuously in my journey in this lifetime. Let us not hold back from making sure that we are completely healed and whole, physically, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. May 8th, 3 years ago, I broke my leg. So I've done Reiki, I've done massage, I've done PT, kinesiology, I've done exercise, I've done everything I could think of, and just now, 3 years later, I feel like at last, I feel free from that. And so don't let us be limited. Notice we want to move past those limitations, but in order for us to truly heal, what did the monk say to us? We must accept those limitations. Accept limitations? Doesn't that feel a little counterintuitive? Oftentimes we want to push them away or not think about them, push them back here. What we must do is bring them to the forefront. We must work with them to transform them. Carl Jung, he said, a state of completion of the human soul, he's talking about wholeness, that comes from a psychological awareness, self-knowledge, self-acceptance. And if we were to put this into science of mind language, instead of perhaps psychological awareness, we would say spiritual awareness, spiritual wholeness. So in order for us to be whole, we have to come to terms with what has wounded us, what has harmed us, whether it's a circumstance, an individual. When you see the news today, are there things that trouble you, that upset you? And so what we have to learn to do is how we work with our wholeness with that. It's outside of us. It's not this body. It's not this temple. But remember, we are all what? One. We are one. We're connected, so it's happening to us. So the call is for us to work as healers to help create wholeness, not only in our personal, individual, or community experience here, but in our world. That's a challenge, isn't it? So what I'm suggesting and encourage us to think about is that our practice of healing, our practice of establishing wholeness is relational. Remember, we're one, we're connected, so I have a relationship to everything that is. So it's very easy to say, well, I don't identify with them, or I'm not going to spend time with them because what they say troubles me. It is a challenge sometimes, isn't it? So I want us to shift things and say, I know about this healing thing. I know what Ernest Holmes was pointing to. I have experienced that wholeness, and I want to take that wholeness beyond the walls of this community or beyond the parameter of this teaching and take it to the world so that healing can transpire for others. Remember I said, you have to accept the limitations. It's easier when there are limitations and they're the limitations of others that annoy, disturb, disrupt, discourage, whatever word we want to use. So thinking of wholeness for self, for our relationship to others that are on the same spiritual path, but especially working with those who are not in the same space. How do I help create wholeness? I want us to notice too, Ernest Holmes is fascinating to me. Every time I pick up the Science of Mind textbook, and thank you, Donna, for loaning me yours yesterday. I left mine sitting at home. Holiness. We can only get to holiness when we are fully whole. We have a measure of holiness, but when we are fully whole, that's when we can move into holiness. You ever think about, hey, I want to be holy? Holy. So notice what Ernest Holmes says. The Holy Comforter is the Spirit of Truth. And notice this, intuition is the speech of the Comforter. Intuition is a speech of the Comforter. How am I intuitively? Am I sensing as I do this path? Am I attuned to Spirit? He also said, the mystic is the one who has a deep inner sense of life and of this unity of the whole. In other words, mystics become attuned to Spirit, become attuned to wholeness. So we have to ask ourselves, well, is the mystic someone over there? We're all invited to be in tune with Spirit, to be a mystic. He also said that the mystic is one who senses the divine presence, intuitively senses the reality, the big R, tunes into God. Mystic senses the atmosphere of God. The teaching of the mystic has been that there should be a conscious courting of the divine presence. Conscious courting of the divine presence, the invitation to be a living sanctuary. So it's always about us coming back to ourselves and saying, where am I in this journey? And when I have this temple that is aging or injured or I've experienced trauma, how do I work with that to heal that so that I am free and I'm living in that attunement to Spirit, that I feel myself as holy? Not an easy thing to do at times, especially when we are encountering challenges. Mystics, that's us. That's us. Who are the mystics in the room? Yeah, that's us. It's all about our relationship to the sacred, our attunement. We're supposed to live with that awareness. Do I sense when I'm here, standing here, that I'm in the presence of Spirit, that I am Spirit, that Spirit dwells within me? Richard Rohr, anybody know Richard Rohr? He's an American Franciscan priest, lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico. He and Pope Francis were good friends, highly progressive in his way. I would say he's like Pope Francis, a pioneer of a new way.
Been studying with him for a year or so,
Good, good.
directly.
I love his conference. Holiness reveals itself through our capacity for positive connection. Holiness, when we connect with the sacred, it's a visceral, emotional, psychological, spiritual, physical experience. And when that occurs, transformation occurs. Healing occurs. The question is, what is the increment? Is it a little or is it big? Our wholeness, our holiness creates the sanctuary. The sanctuary for us, the sanctuary for others, and I would suggest for our global community. See, I think we have a relationship to all those who have been, all those who will be, those who are here now, for all time. So here's the challenge that I want us to consider today. Talked a little bit about wholeness, holiness, now our energetic field. If I'm attuned, if I'm tuning into spirit and allowing it to move through me as me, I'm going to be what kind of person? What are my qualities, attributes of spirit? What are they? Holiness. What else? Wholeness. Peace. And the fruits of the spirits are? Sacred. Peace. Joy. Generosity. Long-suffering. Compassion. So those all become part of our way of being, and they are even there in the face of great challenge. When we encounter someone or something that opposes that, we can still be that, live that, share that. So next I want to ask for a slide to be shared, because we're going to talk about our energetic field. So let's see if we get the slide up there. Now we talk about auras all the time, don't we? And yet there's not scientific evidence. They haven't had enough studies to say all this occurs. But we know we're electromagnetic beings, we're electrical beings. And so this imagery, even though it's not scientifically able to diagnose a medical condition or scientifically able to say, this holds true, it looks exactly like this, we know we've had the experience. There's another slide. Can you bring the other slide up too? So there it shows the chakras, right? Science struggles with all those sort of things. They haven't been able to pinpoint it physiologically. But if you ever worked with the chakra attunement, you've experienced how different the body feels when those are aligned and attuned. Notice how the energy, the different colors, extend beyond our body. You've heard me say this in the past. Dan Siegel, he talks about the mind. One of the few people in the scientific field that has actually made a statement about mind. It's a very controversial subject. He says, the mind is an embodied and relational emergent process that is self-organizing and that regulates the flow of energy and information. Not just our brain, it's throughout our body and beyond. So when we're in relationship, like sitting here, talking, we're co-creating this. We're exchanging our energetic fields. We're connected. Yeah, it's intertwined. And truly, with our whole global community, all that has been, all that will be, we have that connection too. So I want us to think about, so many times we feel like when we encounter things that are challenging to us, we want to put up a barrier around us, right? Why do we do that? Protection. We feel, oh, that's good. One of my teachers, well, let me tell you this first. I was talking with a woman who's very psychic, works with psychic energy all the time, and she does protection all the time. So I said to her, I'm going to challenge you to do something more. To recognize that this energetic field that I have connects with others. And if I send out to others globally, compassion, peace, joy, health and wholeness and healing, equanimity, all those things that we know that build our community, build respect, build health and wellness. Wouldn't that be better than just protection? One of my mentors in this tradition, he challenges us. He says, one of your assignments is to go into a room where there's chaos, where there's discord, and use your energetic field. The way we talk about it sometimes is our consciousness, and shift the room, shift the energy in the room. So I'm going to ask you to take on that task. Even just our presence, hopefully begins that process when we're in a room. So we have protests and we have rallies going on. I think the energy that I come into in any space I am determines what's going to transpire for me in that experience. So if I will welcome, embrace, and think of myself practicing the Spirit, the attributes of the Spirit, and I can be in that space of being holy. If I remember I am holy and live that and send that out, changes my life, can change our world. So I'm going to ask us to enter into practice together. Anybody know Karen Drucker? Mm-hmm. So she has a song called Holy, Holy, Holy. And I want us to meditate as we hear that and think of ourselves holy, holy, holy. So I invite you to close your eyes. Take that long, slow, deep breath in. As we listen to this song, we're reminded of who we are.
We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy.
You can sing with her.
We are holy,
Holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy.
we are
Holy, holy, holy.
holy, come to me. We are holy, feeling holy.
We are holy.
Open my heart. We are holy, allow me to see.
You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy, 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 holy. You are holy.
Spirit divine, come to me. Feeling open my heart, coming to see beauty and
Lives in me. Thank you, Spirit. Holy, holy, holy. I am 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 holy, holy, holy. I am
we are holy, holy, holy.
We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are
We are holy, holy, holy.
We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are We are holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am
We are
long, slow, deep breath in. And that relaxing exhale. Sacred breath. Notice how your body feels. Can we do this? Can we change the room? Can we change the discord?
Yes.
Can I be that light to the world that we're called to be? So that is our challenge, our opportunity to be whole, to remember our holiness, to live our holiness, and to use our energetic field. So let me ask you, what are you experiencing? Give me one word. What are you experiencing?
The Merkaba, which is the
Merkaba.
name of the holy field.
Mm-hmm. Who else? What was that? Calm. Holiness. Peace. Love. Connection. Oneness. Divinity. Remember, it's with all, even those that we find challenging. We are one. And for our closing prayer, I'm going to ask us to stand together if you're comfortable. And I'm going to ask Donna to come up. And this is our closing prayer together. Go for it.
In great gratitude, in this moment, I embrace the holiness and the wholeness and the energetic field that I am. I embrace the interaction, the energetic fields, and the holiness and wholeness of those with whom I share this life. I know that I am guarded, guided, protected as needed. And as I choose to embrace rather than simply protect, I know that my energetic field moves through all spaces that I inhabit. I know that each of our energetic field moves through all spaces that we inhabit because we are omnipresent. All and all is who we are, and that's who we express. In this moment, I release these words into the law of the universe, knowing that which I give is returned to me tenfold in the form of love, compassion, healing. I know this for myself, and I know this for all within the sound of my voice. I am grateful, and I release these words. Aho.
And 3 times.
Oh.
That too.
Aho. Aho. Aho.
And the holy sing.
Holy, 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 we are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, 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 we are whole. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am whole. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are whole.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Lynn. Yeah.
And now special music by Donna Landry.
Gotta pump it up now. Jetty. Oops. Is Anna trying to do something bold? I appreciate you, Anna, all your attention to our sound so that our Zoomers can participate. Challenging times we've seen, my friends, beware of illusion in the end. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. I accept that life is all there is. There's a reason for all that is. Keep your mind on life. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, yeah. Keep your mind on love divine. Hold on. By my faith and by my word, I'll shout it out loud until I'm heard. Keep your mind on light divine. Hold on, hold on. The very moment I should feel despair, I remember presence is here, keeping my mind on love divine. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, no. Keep your eyes on the prize and hold on. I trust the source each and every day. I trust that love will point the way. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. Love and love at work on now. The truth is my vow. I keep mine on the light and hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, yeah. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. and form is who we are. Knowing this truth will take us far. Keep your mind on the prize. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, yes. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I say keep your eyes on the prize and hold on. Thank you.
Make it, hold it.
I have a roadie. I have a roadie.
There you go.
All righty, thank you. Thank you, Donna. Was that, I didn't hear the title, was that Jean-Baptiste, Hold On? I've heard that before and I can't.
This is a derangement that I did.
Gotcha. From that same song. Okay, I was trying to think, where do I know that melody? And I love that song. Okay, as we get to the closing part of our service, thank you, Reverend Lynn. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, congregation, for all being so involved. That was absolutely delightful. We are going to share our gifts. So we have a couple of people who will be passing plates. Please put whatever you can in it, a couple of bucks, maybe a little bit more. And if you don't have a couple of bucks, and even if you do, you can always add love into the plate. So with that in mind, the band will play after we say our opening affirmation, and the plates will pass. I gratefully give from the fullness of my abundance, knowing my gift blesses this center, all in it and beyond, and so it is. Speaking of sharing gifts, that was remarkable. All right, come a little bit closer here. We are grateful for the knowledge that there is only one, we are whole, and we are holy, and everything we put into these plates is the same, sending out calming, loving energy to our center, to the state, to the world, and beyond. And we put these words into the law of mind, knowing they are already happening. We just have to open up and embrace them, and we are grateful. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you. Do you do that impromptu? Is that just, wow. All right, a couple of last announcements. This is the opening week of the month, so we do have a potluck in the other room. You're welcome to join us to share in that. We also have got our birthdays for May, and I believe we have some flowers for our birthday recipients, but in order to give them out, the birthday people must stand up. If you had a birthday in May, please stand. We know Lorna does. Okay, and there we go. So do we have just two? All right. Together we will sing loudly and off key, please. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear birthday people. We will close our service by doing our statement of inclusion, which if we have a volunteer who would read that, it would be great, especially if you haven't done it before. But I also wanted to point out, I sit in the back, and I don't know if we give enough attention to our global vision. So I'm just going to put out to you, I'm not going to read it, but if you haven't read our global vision, this is what we are, as there are also some great quotations along the wall by other people. Take a couple of moments sometime, reread the global vision, look at the quotations along the wall, absorb those, because that is who we are. Now, do I have somebody who volunteers to do the statement of inclusion? And, oh, wonderful, Rose, come on up. And then Donna will lead us in the peace song. We'll all join hands in a circle. The peace song, if you're new, incidentally, will be on that screen. So if you're new to our service or you don't know the lyrics, I suggest you don't stand over here, you stand over there. All right, and Rose, it's for you right here.
We, the Eureka Center for Spiritual Living, are a community that celebrates diversity, fosters inclusion, champions inner work, and creates space for brave, vulnerable conversations. We are a community that honors the unique emanation of God that each person embodies and advocates with people for human rights and dignity for all. We are a community that blesses each other, sees sacredness in all life, remain learners and listeners so we may grow together, and understands that oneness is not sameness. We know our beloved community is revealed more fully when we love each other well.
All right, everybody get up here and become one.
And now we make our sacred circle. Connect, connect, connect. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as our power. Love wins all our being. Yes, we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every breath I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with
I love